guys, this is my third video in mine and Zombie Denise's Halloween movies review. And our third movie is The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is like the movie that you have to watch during Halloween and during Christmas because it's just awesome like that. Now, I remember the first time I ever saw this movie, I was at Blockbuster with my mom and my brother, and I was really young. I can't remember about how old I was, but my brother was probably like 8 or 9, so that means that I was like 7 or 8. No, that means I was like 6 or 7. But I guess he'd seen some of the movie on TV, and he was like, hey, it's Nightmare Before Christmas, we should get that movie. And my mom was like, yeah, as child-friendly as The Nightmare Before Christmas sounds, I don't think so. And after that, it just kind of made me want to watch the movie to see why my mom wouldn't let us watch it. And it's a freaking Disney movie. How bad can it be? But there were parts that kind of scared me when I was little, but I mean, it's a classic. It's a movie that you have to like no matter who you are, no matter what you're into. If you don't like this movie, there's pretty much something wrong with you. Like, I know people who hate musicals, but they love this movie. Or people who hate scary movies, but they love this movie. Or people who hate Disney movies, but they love this movie. Now, I'm fortunate enough to own this movie on Blu-ray. And Blu-rays cost way more than they're worth usually, but this was definitely worth it, because when you watch the movie in HD, it makes everything look so much cooler, and you could see the art and the details so much better, and it's like watching a completely different movie all over again, but still the classic at the same time. Now, this movie basically starts out with showing you these trees with these doors to different worlds. And the worlds represent different holidays, like there's Valentine's Day, Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Halloween, and St. Patrick's Day too, and I think that's it. I might be missing one, but I'm pretty sure that's it. And then it takes you into the Halloween world, where you meet all the characters, and they're all singing a song, and so you get a really cool introduction. And then towards like the middle of the song, you get to see Jack the Pumpkin King for the first time, and he's awesome. Every girl that I know has had a crush on him at one point or another, or still does. But basically, Jack feels like there's something missing in his life. Halloween Town does the same thing every year for Halloween, and it's starting to get old, and he's ready for something new to happen. And this chick named Sally, who is a doll that was made by this really ugly inventor guy, kind of stalks Jack around when he's singing in a graveyard with Zero. Zero is his ghost dog, and Zero is awesome. I have a magnet of Zero on my car. And then after that, Jack kind of walks off, and he stumbles upon the trees with the doors to all these different worlds on them, and he literally ends up like falling into Christmas Town. And meanwhile, everybody in the Halloween world is looking for Jack. And then eventually he comes back, and he shares all these things about Christmas Town that they don't have in Halloween Town, like the candy canes, the snow, the presents, the lights, all that stuff, and he's really excited about it. And he really wants to do something like this for Halloween Town. And he's kind of trying to like perfect it, because this is a guy who has been the king of scary for who knows how many years, probably hundreds and thousands of years, and now he's trying to bring this whole Christmas thing to Halloween Town so that he can switch things up, but he's still kind of in scary mode. And so like as presents, he like puts severed heads and stuff in the box and the light, and he's trying to figure out exactly like what makes mistletoe a mistletoe by putting it under a microscope, and he squishes it by accident. And so he's having a bit of a rough time. And so he's up there for a while, and he's just kind of going crazy, and everybody in the town is getting a little worried because they haven't seen him around lately. And Sally especially starts to get a little worried, his designated stalker, because she likes him and she feels like something really bad is gonna happen if he keeps trying to do this Christmas thing. And there are these three little kids. Never quite knew if they were boys or girls. I think they're boys. But they are sent by the bad guy, Oogie Boogie, to kidnap Sandy Claus, because now everybody in the town knows about this Santa Claus, but Jack calls him Sandy Claus, I guess by accident. And that brings about my favorite scene in the movie, which is the Kidnap the Sandy Claus song that the three little boys, or whatever they are, sing. I just think that song is so cute. I love that song. And Korn, the band Korn, does a cover of that song, and it is just badass to the extreme. But so yeah, they are sent out to kidnap the Sandy Claus. And meanwhile, Jack is still getting ready to make the Halloween world its own little Christmas. And it's really funny. He tries to teach the band how to play jingle bells on their instruments, and their instruments are all like creepy sounding, and so they're playing the tune, and it just sounds so wrong. It just completely takes the happiness out of that song, but it's great at the same time. And Sally's trying to tell him that, like, bad things are gonna happen, he needs to go back to the way things were because something's just not right. But he's just kind of naive about it. He's like, oh, what could go wrong? I mean, everything's perfect. And he gets the rest of the town into it, and they're all trying to get ready for Christmas and make things from Halloween-y into Christmassy stuff, and they're all just kind of failing miserably because, like I said, they're used to scary things, and they've never seen real Christmas before, and they don't really know what they're doing. But at the same time, it makes it kind of funny because they're making toys like they make a duck to put in a present, and then they like put holes in it and paint blood dripping from the holes and make it into an evil duck. So it's like they kind of got it, but at the same time they have it extremely twisted at the same time. And so Jack is getting ready to go do the Santa Claus thing, and he's got the Santa Claus suit on, he's got the Santa beard, and he just ends up needing a hat, so he snags himself a hat from Santa Claus, because they do kidnap Santa Claus, by the way, if you weren't sure if that was a successful plight or not. They do kidnap the Sandy Claus. And so Jack gets ready to go out and make his rounds in place of Santa Claus with these twisted ass presents for the little human children. So meanwhile, while Jack's gone, Oogie Boogie gets a hold of Santa Claus, and he's got him in this awesome, like, trippy room with black light looking stuff, and he's kind of like torturing him and like making fun of him and stuff. And the town folk are oblivious. Jack is oblivious, and he just sets out and thinks that he is about to do the greatest thing ever by giving the presents to these kids. And then Sally starts singing this song, and this is the only part of the movie that I get complaints on because her voice is really shrill. And you either love it or you hate it. I know people who absolutely hate this part, and they love the movie, but they have to skip over this part. I really like the song. I don't mind this scene. I think it's better when Amy Lee does the song, just saying. And Fiona Apple does a great version of this song. I will link those versions of the song to you, and I will link the Korn song as well. But basically it's just about how she feels like something's wrong and something really bad is gonna happen, and how she wishes that she could be excited for Jack and be happy for him like he is, but she just can't because something doesn't feel right. And so off Jack is with his reindeer and his skeleton reindeer and Zero in the front. Zero is Rudolph, and it's so cute. And he's leaving these terrifying presents at these children's houses, and most of the presents are like popping out of the boxes and attacking the children. Like one kid I think gets a snake, one pair of kids, they get a doll that tries to like attack them and is chasing them around their house. And like the whole Christmas world is freaking out, and he keeps dropping these presents like he's doing them a favor, and they're about to shit themselves. They're so scared. So eventually, they get pissed and they literally shoot him out of the sky. So he's sitting there and he's just like, oh, I thought I was doing this great thing. I don't understand what I did wrong. And then he shoots up real quick and decides that it's okay because he tried his best and he's the Pumpkin King after all. So he was just doing what he knew how to do and he doesn't need to feel bad about it. So he thinks that he can save Christmas by going and getting Santa Claus and rescuing him from Oogie Boogie and bringing him back before it's too late. And of course they're successful because that's how Disney movies are. And he comes back into town and he's like a hero and all the townspeople are happy and celebrating and yay. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And the stalker ends up getting with Jack in the end. And by the way, this is a Tim Burton movie. Like obviously, if you've ever seen more of his recent movies like Nine, The Corpse Bride, Coraline, it all has very similar looks, kind of like with the claymation. And the music is done by Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman? Yes, I think so. I think that's it. And so you should look up his stuff. You should buy his music and you should download it because his music is awesome. And he does a lot of Tim Burton stuff. He does music for a lot of movies. If you Google him, he's got a wide range of wonderful things that he has done music for. And I would give this movie like a 20,000 out of 10 because I love this movie and everybody should see this movie. And if you haven't, then go to your nearest Walmart, Best Buy, whatever, and buy it. Because even if you buy it on DVD for like $5, it'll be worth it because it's one of the greatest movies of all time. And it makes me excited just talking about it because now on my way to school, which I'm already probably late for now, I'm going to listen to the Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack. Well, I will see you guys later. I will let you know what movie I will be reviewing next because I don't really have time to look it up. Like I said, I'm kind of running late. But I will see you guys next time and bye-bye. Watch Nightmare Before Christmas. It'll be the best experience of your life.